Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you've gotten this far, highly appreciate it. As you read by the title, just wanted to discuss dating and why dating is so hard to come by these days. Just a random thought. I was like, man, I can't find me a girlfriend. Why can I not find a girlfriend? Not that I'm looking for one, but it's more challenging to come by one in a sense, especially in today's society. So I just wanted to give my opinion. Right, these are not facts, these are just opinions as to why I think dating in 2024 is just, not just 2024, just the 21st century in general is just so freaking difficult. But yeah, let's get to it. So standards would honestly have to be the first part I have to start off with. Standards is going crazy, men and women, right? I'm not being biased on one side and not being biased on the other side, but it just so happens that women tend to have higher standards. Girls, they're not even women. We're gonna call them, because women hold themselves at a certain standard, so we didn't call, the girls. And whoever gets offended by this, boo-hoo. I'm just telling it like it is. But girls, in a sense, they tend to have higher standards when it comes to dating. And who is texting me? I'm trying to make a video. When it comes to a man, or what should a man bring to the table, or what should a man do for them, right? Because I hear a lot of times that from interviews, right, on social media, I hear from what I've seen, right, women expect men to pay for $800 for a first date, or take them out to a 5-star restaurant, or buy them a new car, or invite them over to your place, like all these things that are not common when it comes to a first date. You should not be paying for someone's rent on the first date, or giving them money for nails on the first date. You don't even know the person. You don't know if you're going to see them again. So that's not an investment. You have to think of dating as an investment. Not saying you treat them like a piece of property or materialistic, but in a sense you do, because you don't want to spend $800 on a date, let alone the first date. The first date should be getting to know that person, to see if you guys are compatible, if you can see a second date going forward, and so on and so on, right? But nowadays they're just so focused on materialistic things. And I'm not saying that's not all women. That is not all women. I'm not saying that at all. But majority, it is. And it's making it harder for us men, at least from my experience, to find that woman that's not so materialistic, that doesn't care about what you do on the first date, right? So where do we go? You know what I mean? And the question is, I can't answer that, and the dating apps, they don't help either. If anything, the dating apps are even worse. You're really better off just staying single at this point. Don't listen to me, I'm kidding. Don't stay single. Still try to find that one person, and just let it come to you, honestly. But I feel like that if women can change their standards when it comes to a first date, I feel like things could be a lot easier. For men too. I feel like men, if they change their standards, I feel like it'd be a lot easier. Men tend to focus more on the physical attraction of a woman, and women tend to focus more on the financial standpoint of a man. And that's just how it is, right? But that doesn't mean you need to be a gold digger, right? Or that doesn't mean that the man needs to be only attracted to that to find you attractive. Like, there's other critiques and things about the human body that you can find attractive other, than the breast size or the butt size, right? Personality plays a huge part too, right? Don't get me wrong. Attractiveness. It has to be some sort of attractiveness if you're going to get along with this person. I 100% agree with that, but that shouldn't be the only thing, right? Or we shouldn't only want a one-night stand, or friends with benefits, or a side chick, or a side dude. You know what I mean? Like, where did that come from? 50 years ago, that crap didn't exist, and if it did, we didn't know about it, right? But now we publicize it so much, and we're trying to make it the new norm. It should not be the new normal. Me personally, a man and a woman, or man and man, I don't care, whatever you do, but it should only just be you two. It shouldn't be you two plus 5 one day and you two plus 10 the other day. That's not a relationship. That's just a big giant orgy. That's how I look at it. And we made that so normalized these days, we don't know what a real relationship is. Right? We don't know what true love is. We don't know what commitment is. We don't know what loyalty is. We just throw that out the window. Right? Because all we care about is money, looks, popularity. What can you do for me? How can you make me a better person? We don't look at it like that no more. We look at it as, how can you get me more money? How can you get me more views? What can you do for me? And only for me. They don't want to reciprocate that back. They only just want to know, what can you do for me? And that's very selfish. And if you want a relationship, you can't do that. You got to go 50-50. Qualities, man. Qualities. And what I mean by qualities is, let's start for one. You're never going to find the perfect match. There's no one on this earth that's 100% compatible with another person. That's just how it is. That's how it will always be, right? We're human. We're not perfect. So we shouldn't criticize, or we shouldn't back away from a good opportunity just because you know like something about them. Now, I'm not saying like, if they're a serial killer, obviously, or if they're not a good parent, or if there's something that drastic that you don't like about them, sure, I get that. But if it's something that maybe their favorite color is this, or maybe they like to eat this, or they dress this way, and that's a turnoff for you, based on how they dressed or what they eat or what they do, they shouldn't totally make you run away in a sense, right? There are some things that you can accept, and there's some things that they can accept for you, right? I'm pretty sure everything you do, somebody else is not gonna like, right? So therefore, something that another person does, that doesn't mean you should turn yourself away. You're not perfect. They're not perfect. How can we come together as a whole and accept these flaws of one another and grow together? You see what I mean? So when it comes to modern dating, we don't do that. If we see one flaw of them or something that we kind of dislike, or I don't really like this, we just leave them. And you could have just missed a perfect opportunity. That could have been the love of your life, just because you want to be petty or be petty, or just you see this one flaw and you're like, I don't like this person. I don't want to talk to them. You see what I mean? And especially with these balloon pops I've seen on YouTube recently, black YouTube, whatever you want to call it, ghetto YouTube is what I call it. With these balloon pops, you have as soon as the man walks out, they start popping. Like, you don't even know him. You just judge him based off his looks. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, attractiveness matters, right? But there's some attractive young men out there, but yet they're still getting popped. For what reason? He didn't do nothing yet. He didn't even ask you a question. You see what I mean? You never judge a book by its cover. Vice versa. I see a lot of women on there. No, a lot of men on there, and I see a woman come out. And as soon as that woman comes out, men go to psh, 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 psh. For what reason? You never give her a chance. She didn't say anything. Maybe it's what she's wearing. I don't know. Maybe it's her personality. Oh, I forgot. You don't know her personality because you popped the balloon. Come on. Y'all can't be doing that, man. It's getting immature, right? And it leads to more problems, and we pass this on to our children. I don't have children, but we pass this on to our younger generation that's younger than us, and they're going to grow up with these same habits, right? And eventually, there won't be any relationships. It'll just be two people having meaningless sex, creating more kids, continuing that same cycle, and making it worse for them, and so on and so on and so on. What's the progress in that? And infatuation plays a big part of it. We don't have that true connection anymore. We don't want to build that connection anymore. It's just infatuation. We just see something that we love in the moment, or it's something that catches our eye. It's that dopamine rush, right? You see what I mean? And it catches us, and we just see that appearance in front of us, and we're like, man, this is amazing. And it can be amazing, don't get me wrong, but that infatuation will only last for so long. You see what I mean? Because once that infatuation's over, you guys don't want to have nothing to do with each other because you're living in the moment, right? And there's nothing wrong with living in the moment. But you're so blind by that, and you just have friends with benefits for so long, and you just lose connection. Or you don't even have the connection to begin with, right? And that can affect your brain. Over time, it will affect your brain. And when you really want to find somebody, you're gonna have trouble doing that because you've just been used to the infatuation of another human being instead of really wanting to commit to them or to actually get to know them, right? You just see the outside. You don't want to understand the inside. You see what I mean? You just see the outside. So when it comes to, I guess when it comes to loving someone or trying to love someone, you can't because you don't know how to love yourself, right? So how can you pass on that love to someone else or portray that love or reciprocate the feelings that they may have for you? See what I'm saying? And you don't feel that way. I wonder why that is. It's infatuation, bro. It's and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's a great thing. It's how most relationships start. But you can't. It's also how it's going to end, right? If you don't play the cards right, in a sense. And I feel like that's where we mess up a lot at, because we are so brainwashed by social media and all the materialistic things and all the things we see on the internet. And we're like, dang, that looks nice, or like, dang, I want that in a relationship, or we're like, dang, this is what my woman should look like, or this is what my man should look like. This is what I want him to have. This is what I want him to have. These are the qualities he needs to have, and if he doesn't, he's out the door. You can't live beyond your means. You can't say you want your man to do this and have this and do this for you if you can't do that for yourself. Now I can see if you can do this for yourself and you want him to do that as well, or you want him to equal to the amount of what you do. I can see that, no issue there. But you can't live beyond your means and have him wanting this or him doing this and you can't do that for yourself. And I'm not talking about just financially, I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, and physically, right? So live beyond your means, right? Don't get brainwashed by this crap you see on social media that's influenced you to see things or want things or have things that honestly are out of your reach. Now you can work hard, right, to get where you want to be, and then you can be picky and choosy of who you want. But in the meantime, still have standards, but you can't be too judgmental, because at the end of the day, you're in the same situation they're in. And I get it. You don't want the same person that's on your level because you're trying to grow. Stupidest thing I've heard. Stupidest. You guys could be on the same level, grow together, learn from another, teach him something that he doesn't know. You could teach her something that she doesn't know, right? And then once that empire grows, like you got, that's a king and queen right there, man. You guys can do so much, conquer the world together. But no, you just want to marry Prince Charles and you be Cinderella. It don't work like that. I mean, in some cases it does. But are they truly happy? Probably not. It's just materialistic. If that materialistic things went away, if that money went away, would she still be there? Would he still be there? Probably not. But if you find somebody on the same level as you got that same work ethic, you got the same drive, you got that same commitment, that discipline, that's compassionate about whatever goal you may want to choose, and you work on those together, bro, that's all you can ask for. That's all I can ask for. Honestly, that's what I want, man. You know? But I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that right now. Personally, I'm still young. I got time. I'm trying to grind myself out, and before I even settle down, in a sense. I'm 22, man. I got life to live, man. And I'm not saying you can't settle down at 22. I'm not saying you can't settle down at 18. If you found the love of your life this young, you are a rare gem. And I continue to have the best success for you guys. Don't get me wrong. But for me personally, I just got a lot to learn. I got a lot to do. I have mistakes to make. I have to learn from those mistakes. I'm still maturing, right? I don't want to be 50% when it comes to relationship. I want to be 100%. See what I mean? I want to give it my all. And right now, I'm not saying that I can't. Obviously, I can. I just choose not to because I'm focusing on my craft. So therefore, I'm going to be giving 110% to my craft versus 100% to my relationship. Like I said, it's not that I'm not capable. I'm very capable, but I'm not willing to. Not just yet, in a sense. So we also got to figure that out. If you're not ready for a relationship, don't be in one. Don't rush it. I mean, you have life to live, okay? Now, if you're in your 50s and 60s and 70s and you look for a relationship, that's different. That's different. That clock's ticking out, so I can understand that. But for the people that's watching this, I highly doubt that a 50-plus-year-old person will be watching this, listening to a 20-year-old. And if you are out there, I highly appreciate it. Thank you for the support, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, man, we just we don't need to let this media desensitize us of what's reality, right? You see what I mean? This has also been bothering me. Working or your career, especially a man. Men have it the worst when it comes to this. I tell you, I kid you not. A 9 to 5. Now, one, as humans, none of us wants to work a 9 to 5. Let's just start from there. 9 to 5, it's not feasible. It's not what we want to do, right? Obviously. But this is America. Right? 9 to 5 is normal. Okay? Just to get that straight. Nobody wants to do it, but we have to. You know why? Because we got crap to pay for. Right? You see what I mean? But from what I've seen, most people don't want to date other people with the 9 to 5. One, due to scheduling. Two, they think that you're less of a person just because you work a 9 to 5. Or three, you don't have as much as flexibility. And obviously with the 9 to 5, you don't have as much as flexibility. Well, one, it depends on your career. Who is texting me? I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Sorry, my apologies on that. But yeah, they think that you're less of a person just because you have a 9 to 5, or oh, you're not that flexible. So how can we date if you're always constantly working? Don't get me wrong, I get that. Working too much can be a problem. I get that. But having a 9 to 5 job, you shouldn't let that affect you getting to know a person. Because I'm pretty sure you had a 9 to 5 job at one point in time. Like maybe you're an entrepreneur now. Good for you. Great. Maybe you're a child fund baby or trust fund baby or whatnot. You didn't have to work. You just get your daddy's mommy money. Nothing wrong with that. Your mom worked hard for you so you can be in the position that you're in. But you also shouldn't dictate others just because they have a 9 to 5 job and they got to put food on the table for their kids, or they got to provide or keep a roof over their head. See what I'm saying? So we shouldn't let this 9 to 5 crap get to us. At least you have a job. Be grateful that you have a job. Most people can't even get a job. You see what I'm saying? Your worst day is not your worst day. Someone has a worse day than you. Someone, you could be thinking that the whole world is just falling apart. Nothing's going your way. Someone's having it worse to you. So be grateful for that 9 to 5 job. Don't let these people talk you out of it. Now, I'm not saying settle for that, right? You can still have that 9 to 5 job, but also have goals, right? You see what I'm saying? And that ties back into a relationship. You might be where you at right now, or where you start is not where you have to finish, or is not where it has to end. You can still have goals and optimism and curiosity to even elevate and grow yourself, not just as a person, but for your partner as well. But sometimes you got to start from the bottom. That's just how it is. You see what I'm saying? And the 9 to 5. My apologies on that. Someone called me, whatnot. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Yes, you should not let a 9 to 5 job get to you. You should not let a 9 to 5 job dictate someone's personality or qualities they have of themselves just because they do that. Like I said, not everybody wants to do that. We don't want to do it. We do it because we have to, or we do it because we need to, or we just do it to get the experience in order to grow and elevate from what we truly want to do. See what I'm saying? Sometimes in life you got to do what you don't want to do to get where you want to go. And to get where you want to go, sometimes you got to start at the bottom. You got to build yourself up. It's like a house. You got to build that foundation. And then you can expand as much as you want. But when it comes to a relationship, people don't see that anymore. And they just want to start at the top. They want to start at the top. But where's that foundation? Because once you get to the top, you start at the top, you're going to fall down because you didn't build that foundation. Same thing when it comes to a relationship. People want, like I said, women want you to buy cars for them, buy this for them, buy that for them, buy that for them. But y'all just start from the bottom, right? Getting to know each other, learning about each other. What are your goals? They just see the outside. They just see the top of it. See what I'm saying? And that's where dating is gone. It's gone down the drain because of that reason and other reasons that I stated in this video. But until we fix that, man, it's only going to digress from here. So when it comes to you finding that partner, bro, or ma'am, think smart, think logically, don't rush it, be patient, learn about that person, try to understand them, where they're coming from. Don't, throw them away just because of their flaws. Learn to accept it depending on the flaw, right? And just learn and just have fun, right? Dating it can still be fun. It doesn't always have to be serious, right? It can still be fun and just grow and just live life, man. That's all I can say. That's truly what I can say, man. But yeah, I do highly appreciate you guys watching this video. If you got into the end of this, and there's a lot I can go into. I can get more in depth of these videos, but I'm going to keep it short and concise and precise and whatnot. But yeah, in the meantime, hope you guys, share this with people that may need to hear this or hear this message, and hopefully it'll help them, help yourself as well. But in the meantime, remember to stay humble, stay hopeful, and until then, sit us out. Peace.